Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another show with me and Shan, where we talk about our favorite reality TV shows of the week. Today, we're going to be going over The Real Housewives of Potomac, The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and The Real Housewives of Orange County. These were great episodes across the board, so we have a lot to say. So, Shan, welcome. Are you ready? How you doing?
Hey, I'm excited to be on the show. It's going to be a legendary show. Like Manny said, we have a lot to discuss, and it's going to be fun. I'm
Absolutely.
doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. It's, you know,
Friday night. Whoop whoop.
Friday night. The week is over and the weekend is here. So, yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's get started with The Real Housewives of Potomac. So, we're going to be talking about The Real Housewives of Potomac season 9, episode 3. Not too much happened, but there's enough for us to discuss. So, we start the episode with Gizelle kicking everybody out of her event because they decided to go to Karen's event first, even though they had already RSVP'd. Ashely told them to get there by 8. They got there like 8:04. And before they even got in, Giselle was like, no, 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 get out. She called security and told them to get out. So we kind of talked a little bit about this last week, Shan, but do you think she was justified in kicking them out?
Yes and no. Because you know what? Because Ashley told them, okay, get here at 8:30. That
Mm-hmm.
was fine that they got there 3 minutes late. Because Ashley had an agreement with them, then Giselle shouldn't have kicked them out.
Right.
You
I
know what I
did see
mean?
some people say that if we're like going to like be technical, it kind of is Ashley's fault because Giselle
Like
did tell
always, it's
Ashley.
always Ashley's fault. She's like the
Giselle
Tamra of Potomac,
Potomac, yeah,
but
because
more tolerable.
yeah, look, definitely Todd. We're gonna get into that for sure. But you're right because if I remember correctly, Giselle did tell Ashley they need to not come. So for Ashley to be like, get
Yes.
here, I see what, yeah. So, but I think we both agree that Giselle had the right to kick them out because it's her event
They
and
RSVP'd first. It's like me saying I'm gonna come to your event, Manny, and then I go to Kim's event.
mm-hmm.
Like, no, they already RSVP'd first, so they should have went there first. But when it comes to likability, I see why everybody would rather hang out with Karen over Giselle. Because I would have went to Karen's event too.
Listen, I want to know what event, what award was that? Because
That part.
they awarding criminals now, but let's not get into that.
Ooh,
Allegedly a criminal. Okay, so she kicks them out. Then they all go back to the van. I thought it was hilarious that Ashley had the nerve to still ask for donations,
yes.
but Jassy closed that door on Ashley. That was funny, don't you think? I like Jassy.
Yeah, because girl, you're intruding my space. Because I
Mm-hmm.
think that was her driver and her car, like, her transportation. And Ashley coming in. And then this is the thing with Ashley, like, does she not have a brain this season or what? Because I feel like everything they told her to do, she ran to do it. Because remember, I think it was the guys, if I remember correctly, they were like, oh, go ask them for a donation. Like, it seems like Ashley's just doing everything she's being told.
Yeah. No, Ashley's a mess for sure. But yeah, so
Yes.
Jassy stood on business. She was like, no, get out. So that was pretty much it. The next day, they all, well, not all of them, but some of them meet at Stacey's house. Ashley, Jassy, and Karen. Now, Shan, I was getting ready to cuss Ashley out when she says to Jassy, I'm sore
Yes.
from the door. Like, really?
Ashley is a Karen.
Yes.
Like, allegedly.
No, she is. Like, oh, my arm is sore now. Girl, a door was not going to make your arm sore.
I lived when Jazzy said, oh, I reenacted it. And it was a soft close. Because if people like Ashley, you got to be careful. Because they'll
Uh-huh.
just have people who are like, oh, you broke my arm. I can't write anymore. I have carpal tunnel. Like, you know what I mean? She
Yes,
will
she's
drag
right.
it to no end. So I'm glad she did it to herself. She said, oh, I closed the door on myself type of thing to see, how it would feel. So I
Yeah.
really like that. And I like that she apologized, because if you allow Ashley to take you to the end of the earth, she will. She's the definition of give an inch, take a mile.
No, for sure. So people be careful with people like Ashely because they're gonna be accusing you of you broke, like Shan said, their arm, they can't walk and all this stuff. So yeah. So then Karen gets there and Ashely says to her that they that she had asked Karen about the award, but Karen didn't really elaborate on it, so it kind of makes it seem like Karen did it last minute. And then Karen says, "No, I didn't share it with you because I was in an inquisition and you were coming at me." And then that's when Karen, as much as I don't like what she did, you got to give it to her. She's the queen of shady. And she said, I knew you were being shady with them Uber cards. You need to get the Uber to your what's on your foot, all that
The bunions.
the bunions, yes. And then Jen, why did Ashley put her nasty ass shoes on Stacey's counter?
I know. I was like, girl, this is definitely giving classless and tasteless. On the
Mm-hmm.
kitchen counter. I'm sorry. If I was Stacey, you would have to go and you wouldn't be invited back. Because just have some decorum.
Some etiquette, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but Karen was being funny
Try
when
to
she
be a little demure, a little cutesy, especially in somebody else's home.
right, absolutely. But when Karen said, when Michael was pinching ass 1, 2, and 3, you didn't want to say anything. So that
I was
was
rolling on
funny.
the floor.
That was
Karen
funny.
is funny.
She is funny. But again, y'all probably gonna hate me for saying the same thing over and over again, but I have to. When Karen says, I could have lost my life, I am really glad that Ashley said to her, or someone else's. And I think that's the part with Karen that's not clicking. I don't think it's clicking to her what she could have done. Like, she needs to be so thankful that it didn't happen. Because that would have been bad if she would have lost if she would have lost her life, but if she would have cost someone else's life, that would have been bad. So I do like that Ashley said that to her. But Karen is being very secretive about this whole thing. Um and like we told y'all last time, it's probably because she wants to get the case overturned or like dismissed, but the judge came back and said, "Nope, not doing it."
Oh,
So,
they did?
yes, the
Oh, I
judge
didn't know
she
that.
petitioned the court to dismiss the case. Um, Here it is. Judge denies Karen Huger's request to dismiss DUI case. Now, Shan, could the Grand Dame be worried about jail time?
I don't know. I think that we all want Karen to acknowledge the dangers that she could have caused. We want her to acknowledge the mistake that she made and be like, I'm human, instead of like going around bungee jumping, cartwheeling around it. You know what I mean? She's been
Mm-hmm.
doing a lot of that. Very secretive, like you said. I don't know what her consequence will be, but she needs to take ownership that I made a mistake. I'm gonna do better. Won't happen again. Some accountability, you know.
Yeah, and actually, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the link to this article that they published. It's called "Karen DUI Update: Why a Judge Denied Her Request to Have a Case Dismissed," and it goes into detail
Ooh.
on the things. Shan, this woman, I'm telling you, she can run circles around the cast. She can't run circles around the judge. She tried to tell them that she needs to get her case overturned because they didn't read her the Miranda rights. And
Oh,
the judge pretty much said that that doesn't apply in that case because she was. It's a whole thing. So it's really,
I'll
really
check it
important.
out.
Yeah, for people that like, cases and the law and stuff like that, it really goes into detail what she requested and why the judge didn't accept that request. Okay, so then we anything else you want to say on that scene with at uh, Stacey's house?
Mm, that's it.
Okay, then we switch over to Wendy and her mom. They were cooking some food, and Wendy tells her about her 40th birthday party that she's gonna have, and she's thinking of inviting her in-laws. Now, what's the tea on the in-laws? What is going on there?
Apparently they don't get along, like the families, Eddie
Mm-hmm.
family and her family. And like she said in this episode, Wendy said that they were friends, the mothers, they were friends. Eddie mother and her mother were friends, and then they stopped being friends after they got together. I don't know, child. But
I
you know,
want to
from
know.
like previous seasons, they had beef. Like the families don't really get
Yes.
along and don't really talk to Wendy or something like that. Something like that, I remember. But all I was thinking this scene was, is Wendy coming out with a cooking line?
I
Because I was bored.
mean, I do. Every time I see her on the screen, I'm bored. But yeah, she might. I don't know. But here's the thing, Shan. Uh, Everyone's always been interested, like curious as to, because I think she even said it at some point that like Eddie's parents stopped talking to him a while. And I'm just thinking, like, if your parents stop talking to you over someone you married, that must be some real issues.
Right.
All I'm gonna say is this: based on what we know from last season, if NECA's claims are true that
Oh
when
God, we forgot about her. Who's
no, I
that?
remember it. I
I know
remember
you
it
do.
because if her claims are true that Wendy's mom likes to go around making phone calls and threatening people,
Allegedly.
that might be why she used to be friends with Eddie's parents and now she's not. That's all I'm gonna say.
But were you surprised by Wendy's mom reaction? So Wendy was like, "Oh, I'm gonna invite them to my 40th birthday." Wendy's mom was like, "Yeah, invite them. I'm all for peace and love." And because I was like, since they had seemingly years of beef, I
Hmm.
was surprised her reaction was so like, "Sure, of course." You know what I mean?
What I'm gonna say to that is, I think the mom
Was it
has
fake?
seen. I think the mom has seen the online chatter and she was being
Ooh.
very produced. That's what I think.
Yeah, I was thinking. I was like, she seems because to me, I'm like, okay, if somebody don't talk to my daughter because allegedly from what we heard from the show because they married her son or whatever and da da da, it's like I feel like she wasn't surprised at what Wendy said. She was like, sure, invite them, yay. I was like, huh, okay. Well, I'm glad they're getting along now.
To be determined with that. Then we see another scene with Kriana. Shan, I'm still holding on to what I said last week. I really do think
You
that they
mean
gave her a
Kiana?
full
Kiana?
time because she was beat up. Cause it's not that interesting. I'm telling you, I'm gonna say this. Jassy, that girl Jassy, in 2 episodes has given us more than Kriana.
Yeah, that's true. That is
And
true.
and in this particular scene, she's in the house. She's living with her boyfriend Greg, and her mom came to visit. Kriana and Greg are going to build a house together,
Blah blah blah. Skip. No.
but for now they're living here. Now, this is what I want to ask you though. I find it really interesting that the Kriana's mom asks her, "When is he going to put a ring on it?" And Kriana says, "I'm not thirsty for a ring." Now, Shan, what woman on planet Earth is not going to want a ring? What woman doesn't want her man to engage, to ask her to get engaged?
I think she was basically saying to me what I got from it was she want him to propose when he wants to. Like she don't want to be like, "Oh, will you marry me? Like please marry me, marry me, marry me. I need this ring." She probably wants it to come off authentic and real when he
Mm,
does, not because of an ultimatum. You know what I
like
mean? That's
she
what it
doesn't
sounded
want to,
like to me.
like she doesn't want to be nagging him, kind of.
Right. Like she don't want to put pressure on him. She wants it to just happen organically. She don't want to
Okay,
seem like she's desperate for a ring. That's what I got from it because she seems beautiful and smart. So
she's
that's what I
very,
got from it.
she's very, very good looking. Not gonna lie, absolutely. But
Yeah.
okay, I'm glad you said that because when I saw it, I definitely thought, why would she say that? But that your explanation, if it's true, makes sense. But like you said, blah blah blah, pretty much the
I was
same.
bored with that scene too.
Yeah, pretty boring.
This
So
show is
then we
nothing without
see
Candace Dillard Bassett.
Can you imagine a scene where Candace is putting up a baby crib?
I know. Well, I'm happy she
Mm.
left though, because toxicity is not
Yeah,
good
she
for
needed
you.
it. Her mental health needed it. She could listen. Can't and remember, Candace was too involved on the social medias, fighting people, so she needed a mental break from that. So I'm glad she took a break. After they told her
Oh,
to
you
leave.
acknowledge it. She took a break and she
Did you
wasn't
hear what I
sorry.
said? I said I'm glad she took a break after they asked her to leave. Okay, let's move on. We have okay. Oh my god, some people are calling this the love and hip hop scene. You already know what I'm gonna say. Mia and Jacqueline with their boyfriends.
You're so funny. Y'all hit the
So,
thumbs up for Manny.
yes, give it a thumbs up. So, Mia and Jacqueline meet up at an.
The
She rented
ghetto.
an Airbnb, and they basically had their boyfriends over. A mess. But what did you
I
think?
know. Okay, I'm gonna be messy.
Okay, go
Ink.
ahead.
Ink. What do you think about him? I don't like that they're involving the kids so much because when he said like, "Do you have kids?" to Mia to what's her friend's name? I don't remember.
Jacqueline?
Jacqueline. So he was like, "Do you have kids?" And then Ink was like, "That's my son over there." Something like that, he said. And then they put the camera on the
Mm,
son. Ugh, I don't like it. And I don't think Ink is cute, in my opinion.
yeah, okay, I can see that. I don't know what to make of it. I really don't. Like, it's
I see why people are calling it the love and hip hop scene.
oh for sure. But like Nini said, it's getting weird.
I don't think Jacqueline is needed. I think Mia needs a different storyline.
Is it just me, or is Jacqueline coming into this season like with this kind of like arrogant attitude?
Yeah, but still, she's not needed. Try again. Come back. Try again. Like, honestly, I feel like Potomac, this episode was really dry, but that's okay. They could have one dry episode.
Right.
But I feel
And
like there's a lot of unnecessary things. Like, for example, that scene with me and Jacqueline.
yeah. And again, one of the things we talked about last time was it's always good when we have a housewife that's like open and it's like, they're not faking it. Because we got to give it to
Yeah.
Mia. She's not fake. Like, she'll put it all out there. But there are just
She's
some
not?
things.
I don't know.
Well, like,
I
as far
like
as like what's
Mia.
going on in her life, that's what I mean. But like, there are some
True.
things that I feel
True.
like she crossed the line. Like, no one body. She said that she said Gordon had a hangnail and I had to clip it and I had to wash his coffee cup. Mia, that's the father of your kids. Why are you putting that out there?
For
Mm,
that check.
yeah. Ugh. So the state. Anyway, any thoughts on any more thoughts on that scene?
Gizelle apologizing.
Oh yes, Mia told Ink that Giselle apologized.
Yes. And then she apologized to the girls too at the little dinner
Mm-hmm.
brunch. Remember? It was
Mm-hmm.
like her, Wendy. Wendy's outfit, I'm telling you, Wendy could dress. I love her outfits. I'll give Wendy that. She's very
Yeah, that's true.
fashionable,
Yeah.
very stylish, love her fashion.
Yep.
But people were saying, like, oh, Gizelle, like, I seen a lot of comments saying Gizelle changed. She's grown, because she's apologizing and taking accountability. This is what I think. I think Giselle is apologizing and being nice because she has no choice. Because we all know how these shows go. You need friends. If everybody hates you, you can't film. Nobody want to film with you, whatever, whatever. So what I'm saying is her friend Robin is not there. So I feel like she has no choice because she has to get along with some of them for the show to go on, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
She can't just be
Absolutely.
like by herself because we know from these reality shows it's like about friendships, right? So I don't think she's grown. I feel like she's being nice because it's like, okay, my bestie's gone, so now I gotta, because I'm alone, right? I gotta be nice to you, heifers. So that's what I feel about Gizelle. But she's
Yeah,
been looking lovely this season.
she knows how to play the game for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah,
The thing about Giselle is that I actually this is
but
just
I like her this season so far.
what I was gonna say was, and I know you might disagree, but I feel to be honest, when I see Giselle being nice, and like being funny, I actually like her.
Me too.
Like she's actually an enjoyable person, whereas like someone like Ashely is like not enjoyable. Like
At all.
I do think that whether you hate Gizelle or not, as a like the
She's
viewers
good for the
have to
show.
admit that Gizelle. I don't want to. I don't know if I should call it a star quality, but she
She's good
definitely has
TV.
a
She has the
quality.
it as far as the TV
Yeah,
personality.
for sure, for sure. Um, and uh, and they also showed a scene with her and Jamal and the girls, so that was really nice. They were getting ready for
Oh, the girls are beautiful going to prom. She
their
has some
prom.
really beautiful kids. And
Yeah,
I
that
love their dresses. They looked really nice. That was a good scene.
yeah, that was really nice. Um, okay, let's get into this. Stacey and her friend.
Oh God.
I don't want you to censor yourself. Tell me what you think, because when I first saw the scene, I was like, "Oh, okay, he looks nice." All of this. He doesn't want to have sex because he is religious. And when I went on social media, I see all of the comments talking about, "Child, Stacey's man is gay. He's not into women. He's into men." And when I did my initial recap, because I had just seen the episode, I was
Mhm.
like, "Oh, that is so messed up for y'all to say. Like, just because a man doesn't want to have sex for religious reasons, that doesn't mean that he's into men. Like, I think that's so wrong." But after talking to a few people, they told me that it's not just about that. They told me that it was the body language, that he didn't want to like really touch her, that things like that, which again, he might be nervous. So I would kind of give him the benefit of the doubt. But what do you think?
I don't know what he is or isn't, but what I know is from the scene we saw, he wasn't into her. Like there was no chemistry. It was more awkward. And when she was like, "Oh, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad you want to do me?" He was like K, and then she was like, "What does K mean?" He was like 0, something like that, if
That
I'm
was a little
recalling correctly.
suspicious, yeah.
And I was like, "Cause this is the thing. Yes, we understand your religious belief and not wanting to, you know,
Mm-hmm.
do that and stuff like that, but." She's a beautiful girl. She's intelligent. She's pretty. She seems successful. Have her stuff together. It's like what man would be like 0? Like if this is
Right.
somebody you're dating, you'll be like, "Oh, babe, I do want to have this with you, but I don't know if I can say that word on YouTube, but I do want to do it
You can
with
say it.
you,
You can say it.
but oh, I do want to do it with you, but I'm trying to be celibate right now, or whatever, abstinent or whatever." It wouldn't just be like 0. Like she's attractive. I found
Right.
it weird, and I don't know again what he is or isn't, but I feel like, in my opinion, if I was dating a guy who was acting like that with me, not about not having sex, just
Mm-hmm.
how there was no chemistry and it seemed more awkward, like it wasn't flowing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel
So
like
like,
he's not into her. I feel like she's more into him than he is into her, and that's a dangerous game for a woman to play. You shouldn't be more into the man than he is into you,
interesting.
and that's another topic.
Yeah, that's interesting though. So, like for example, when she said on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you want to have sex with me? If he would have been like, "Oh, like 11, but I can't, but I will."
Right.
That so you're saying that would have been a little bit more understandable than him saying 0, nothing.
Yeah, because do you even like this girl you're dating? And I don't understand because does she not see it? Was he nervous because of the cameras?
Right.
There's
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of
what
question
I'm
marks.
kind of giving him the benefit of the doubt just for that because that was his first scene. But then again, didn't she say that she met him at a QVC network, so he's used to the cameras. So maybe
And now, ooh.
that's another thing.
Mm.
So yeah, and
I
you're
just hope
right.
she's not desperately chasing this man around. I hope that's not the case. Because she's
Mm,
too pretty, too successful, too got it going on to be doing that.
mhm.
It's just not cute.
And one of the things that you're right, like you don't. You said that you saw no chemistry. Y- Set having sex is not the only chemistry you can have. Like the
Right.
certain way you talk to someone, the certain way you touch them or hug them, or
The
things like
look.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah, the way you look at them. So after talking to some people, I understand what they mean by that. So we'll see what happens with Stacey and her friend. But that actually kind of leads us to the last scene where Gizelle invites Ashely, her sidekick. Um, she really is. She invites Wendy, Jassy, and Stacey because she actually said that she wants to like make sure that Karen doesn't recruit them. She wants to have them on her side, which is smart.
I told you she has
Yeah,
to have friends for the show.
yes. So, like Shan said, she did end up. I was surprised, Shan, when I saw that Gizelle said, "I'm sorry" to
I know.
not just Mia but to Jassy and to. I was like, "What? Is this Giselle Bryant?"
I know. Because all
And
I could think of was this has nothing to do with it, but all that flashed in my mind was when Monique was new years ago and the scene when she was new and Giselle's like, "So you don't have a home?" Monique is like, "I have four homes." I don't know why.
yeah,
Because Giselle's usually mean to the new people. So when she was apologizing, I was like, "Oh, Giselle, is that you?"
yeah, that was surprising. But listen, the apologies they actually showed them, they looked pretty genuine. So either they were really genuine or she's a great actress. I don't know, but she looked really genuine. And she basically said to all of them, "I'm sorry, I shouldn't have kicked you out. My anger was not towards you, it was towards Karen because she's the one that created this whole mess by inviting y'all to her thing the last minute." So I think they all accepted her apology and kind of understood where she was coming from. So, they're talking, they're just going at it, just catching up. And then Stay Giselle's asking Stacey a little bit more about herself because she doesn't really know her. So she's asking her if she's divorced or if she's married, things like that. And Stacey says that she's getting divorced. One of the things Giselle said to her, Shannon, I want to know what you think, was when Giselle said, "But you look sad." Like, because Giselle said, "When I was at the end of my marriage, I was happy that I was getting out of it, but you look sad." And Stacey says, "Yeah, but I'm never gonna be happy about it. Like, I'm always gonna be sad." And then that's when the sidekick Ashely jumps in and says,
Tamra
"Well,
Jr.
she
Other
has
name.
a friend, so she's fine." And Stacey snaps at Ashely for revealing that. Now, oh my god, we're probably gonna disagree on this, Shan. I don't see what Ashley did wrong.
I see what she did wrong.
Okay, I'll tell you why I think, and then you tell me what you think. The only reason I think she did nothing wrong was because it's not like Ashley maliciously brought they were in the middle of the conversation about Stacey and her relationship. So Giselle was like, "Oh, are you sad?" And for Ashley to be like, "Oh, she's fine. She has a friend." Now, mind you, Stacey has brought this conversation with Ashley in the first episode when they went to go walk down the park. And not to mention, she brought the friend this episode. We saw him. So for her to be like, "I'm protecting my daughter," okay, girl, but like, you're protecting your daughter. Were you protecting her when you brought the guy into the scene or when you talked to Ashley about it at the park? That's why I'm a little confused as to why she was mad at Ashley. But what do you think?
Okay, so in the years we've known Ashley, right?
Uh
Has
huh.
her intent you is her intent usually good?
No, it's her intent is messiness.
Right. So I feel like that was her intent. The thing is, I invited you to my home. We're just becoming friends. We're just getting to know each other. I told you something, and no, I didn't say, "Hey, this is private. Don't tell anybody." But it's just the principle. Like we just began to know each other, right? And the first moment you get to be messy, because that's what Ashley was doing. She was being her little, "Oh, let me drop a comment in here and let me try to, throw shade or expose or be messy, cause drama, like the usual. Same old Ashley." I don't think she had good intentions for bringing that up. I feel like Stacey had a right to be mad because we had a one-on-one conversation. I barely know you, and your reputation is bad on this show of being messy. So of course I'm gonna think you're being messy when you throw it out. "Oh, she has a friend." That wasn't her place because she was having a one-on-one conversation with Gizelle. So I think Ashley should have sat and ate her food. Because who knows? We know like on these TV shows that not everything is recorded. That's recorded is like make the show, right? Makes the show. So I feel like Ashely was
Uh-huh.
definitely being messy, and I would look at her funny too. And did you see how Stacey was kind of fuming, like her facial expression?
Yes.
She was
Uh-huh.
looking to the side, like I can't believe this bitch. Like she was looking. She looked like she was fuming inside because I feel like because they just are getting to know each other, Ashely shouldn't
Hmm.
have done that. And she's right to look at Ashely in a different way. And then she said in her confessional, she was like, "Oh, I was starting to like Ashely or something or trust Ashely." I can't remember word for word.
Yeah.
But my point is, did you not watch the season? If I'm trying to be friends with anyone on this show or tell anyone anything in private, it won't be Ashely on this show.
Yeah. But you know what? I feel like this will be I don't think that Stacey will ever trust Ashley with sensitive information. But again, this wasn't sensitive information. That's why I understand your point, like, because you're coming at it with like the history of Ashley and what she's done. So that makes sense. But I'm kind of just looking at it as like an individual situation, and that's where I'm like, Stacey, like, I think it's a little extreme for you to be like, I'm protecting my, like, I don't know, but
Yeah, and then you're looking at it as like because it's filmed on national TV, it's not a secret. That makes
right,
sense.
right, and like, I don't know. I was gonna say, well, her daughter, maybe she won't let her watch the show when it comes out, like now, but like, it's kind of hard to control that. But anyway, that's on
Yeah.
her. That's on her. And that was it for the episode 3 of season 9. Any last final thoughts on Potomac as a whole?
Ashely, don't put your foot on people's counters.
Yes. Oh, and I forgot. They're going on a girls' trip to North Carolina, one of the Carolinas.
I think, yeah, North Carolina, Mia's trip.
Mia's trip. Remember when she did that trip to Miami? Oh, that was a crazy trip. That was a
Right.
crazy trip when she threw that drink at Wendy. Um, when they were in the car, Mia is asking Karen some questions, and
Yes. She said
Karen
it's
is
on the
dodging
internet.
them. But it looks like next week is going to break. Like all hell's going to break loose.
I know. The trailer was crazy.
It was crazy. Also, did you notice that when Wendy and Gizelle were in the same car, how they were just talking as if like they've been friends for years?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're Catholic. Oh, you go to church. Like, that's what I'm telling you. Never mind. This is not even.
Wendy's fake, and she
Yeah.
always fake, and I haven't seen it until now. Yeah.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Okay. So that was it for the Real Housewives of Potomac. We are now going to move in to the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and this is season 5, episode 6. Okay. So the episode starts with wait a minute. I think I might be incorrect. I think it was actually episode. Yeah, it was episode 6. It was episode 6. So episode starts with Angie planning her 25th anniversary wedding party, and it's going to be mob wives themed. Do you like that theme?
Yes, I live for it. Because I don't know, like, I know I'm old and you're young, but there was this show back in the day called
Yeah,
Mob Wives,
I
and it was
remember.
so good. So when
I
she said that, I
remember.
was like, "Oh, Mob Wives!"
Yeah, one of the things
It was back in the day.
I gotta give it wasn't there a lady named Big Ange
Yeah.
or something like that, but like, were they real mob wives? Like, was there like criminal activity going on, or
Well, it
well,
was a group of friends, and it was messy. It was a reality show about their lives. I
right?
think it was in Jersey,
Mm.
if I remember
Well, there's criminal
correctly.
activity in this show, so Jen Shaw,
But I
but
don't think there was. I don't remember, but there that was the name of the show, Mob Wives.
great. Okay, so I gotta give it up to Angie though, because Angie brings it with like the over the top. It's like over the top, but like not annoying. So last season, I don't know if you saw last season, Shan, but she had this marvelous Easter party. It was like amazing. And she had somebody dress up as a bunny and scare them all. Like that was the invite. And obviously this season she came in with a scroll of why she's mad at Meredith. And
Yeah.
Now she's
She's
with the
funny.
mob wives, and the invitation said like it had a picture of the woman and it said wanted. So I really like how creative she is with all this stuff.
Yeah, she's good. I think she's good for the show. She's giving like reality TV like a little extra, a little something different, like the
Yeah, yeah, for
scroll,
sure.
things like that. Because we've been saying the same things over and over and over in all these shows. So I like Angie.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Lisa is the first one that gets her invite. She's a little surprised because she has now heard Heather told her that Angie told her that Lisa's a bad mom. She didn't say that. She didn't say she's a bad mom, but she did say at least I, spend time with my kids. And I think last week you and I kind of agreed that Lisa kind of started that fire, right? Because she's the first one that brought
She
up
brought up the
kids.
kid first. Yeah, she was
Yeah,
like, "Oh, you making excuses, spending time with whatever, something
yeah.
like that."
So if you say to me, you spend too
She
much
was
time with your kid, I'm gonna be like, well, at least I spend time with them. I don't let them just play in a game. Like that's kind of a natural response.
right, but let's clarify because Lisa get real. But basically, at the table, she was saying how Angie got off the phone. I guess she mentioned her daughter, like wanted to talk to her daughter, something like that. But pretty much, she brought up the daughter first.
Right. And it was also in a way that like made no sense. Like
Right.
y'all were in person, y'all weren't on the phone. Anyway. So yeah, so she's a little curious about that. And I'm telling you, Angie actually went light on her. Because she could have said a lot of things. She could have said, I actually spend time with my kids. I don't just let them play on the video game. I actually feed them real food, not just fast food and candy. But that would have been a little bit too much. Although Mary did
I
say that.
think Lisa does seem like a good mom. I
She's
mean,
a
for
good
the
mom,
two
but she needs
seconds
to.
we see on
But
TV.
she's a good mom, but she needs to feed her family some nutrients. Like at least, like Mary said in season 2. Is that too far?
Allegedly.
she only she only feeds them fast food, Wendy's, Taco Bell. I remember the one of the time the little kid said to she said to the little kid, "Do you want me to cook something for you?" And he said, "No, thanks. I don't want a microwave hot dog." Come on, feed your kids.
Really? I
Yeah,
don't remember that.
it was
I
like
don't.
a long
We
season.
only see like a little bit of these people's lives, so I'm not gonna say that. And fast food is convenient. I'm about to get some Wendy's right now.
Listen, I love Wendy's too, but not 5 times a week. But you're right. You're right. Listen, y'all, she's more of the good cop. I'm being a little messy, but
Because I just feel like I don't want to comment on kids too much. Because.
right. But,
But I get what
but
you're saying.
yeah, that's on her. Like that's what she's feeding them. But anyway, we then see a scene where Whitney tells Meredith they meet up at a restaurant, and Whitney tells her that she needs to apologize because upon further investigation, she has now found out that it's actually Lisa who's behind the rumors of her company and putting them in the internet. I don't know, all this stuff.
Like basically
Meredith,
the information she thinks it's Lisa because the person said that the person owns a liquor brand and Lisa
mhm,
owns a liquor brand.
and Meredith wasn't buying it, Shan.
I feel like Meredith is a good friend because instead of like what Lisa did to her with the hot mic situation, she could have like
Yeah.
ganged up with what's her name, Whitney.
Mm-hmm.
She could have ganged up with Whitney and be like, yeah, Lisa's this and that. But she didn't do that. She was like, well, you really should make sure you have accurate sources. I respected how Meredith handled that, but I feel like this season, Meredith is so disappointing. Like, she was my favorite when it just started, like Salt Lake. But now I feel like she's just boring and unnecessary.
Yeah,
Like, she's giving me, like, boring and unnecessary.
yeah. I think next season she might be out or like a friend of because she's kind of becoming like the Cynthia. Well, no, not even. I think even
And
Cynthia
ooh,
a little bit more involved. Meredith is like adding nothing to the storylines, but
she's like
maybe
being so forgettable. And I feel like before she was the Stara in
she
my eyes
is
of
for
the franchise, the Stara.
I would
The-
say that even up to like last season, a lot of the
Yeah.
show had to do with her marriage, her
Is she
friendship.
getting comfortable, or is she like, I don't want to be involved with this BS? It's too much BS, or I don't
You know
got
what I
time
think
for
it is?
this.
You know what I think it is? I think the show is evolving. If you look like
Mm,
now, we're
you
spending a
did
lot of
say.
time on Bronwyn, on Brittany, who we're gonna get to in a while, and I just feel like it's not a bad thing, but maybe her story has already been told, and
Mm.
it's just over. Like it's not a bad thing. Like
Like,
you
don't
know
be
what I mean?
on the show for 58 seasons if you got nothing to talk about. If your story has been told, I get what you're
Really,
saying.
it's like with I don't want to mix up shows, but it's like with Love and Marriage Huntsville. How many more times are we gonna see Melody fight Tisha and Tisha with
Right.
Marshall? Like it at a certain point, like we've seen enough.
Let
It's
it
like
go. Let it go.
yes,
Yes.
let it go, let it go. So yeah, so Meredith is not buying it now. Shan, I don't want to get too involved into this because it's like a big rabbit hole. Allegedly, the blogger who told Whitney that it was Lisa came out and said that he never said that, and he said that it's a whole mess. But more,
Messy.
yeah, the point is they're saying that it wasn't Lisa, but because that's like not part of the show, I don't really want to talk about that because that gets too confusing. Anyway, um, Bronwyn goes to see Mary at her house, and we see Mary's son's quote unquote wife.
I'm gonna mute myself because you're making me laugh. Talk about
When it said
he
Robert
said
Jr.'s
quote unquote. I'm gonna mute
wife, I
myself.
was like, what did you think of that?
No comment. You go first.
I just listen. I just want to say, like, no. In all seriousness, though, I do feel like I don't know if it's the best idea for Mary to show her son in that state, if that makes sense, in that state of mind.
Yeah, we're just praying for everything, that,
Right.
he gets through whatever he's going through. And yeah. But that was his wife, though, they said?
That's what it said.
Oh, okay. I know. Yeah, you did say he was married or something like that. Okay.
Mm, well, yeah. Hope that if he's taking something, I hope that he gets better and all that works out. So then, with Bronwyn and Mary go to the kitchen and they're talking. Bronwyn talks to her a little bit about her daughter and the situation that she's going with her grandparents, and Mary tells her that actually her son also never has met his grandparents because her mom and her don't talk. And I think I told you this last time. I think that explains a lot into Mary because she doesn't have a good relationship with her mom, and that's kind of sad.
Yeah. I'm surprised Mary's being more open this season. Like, even when it came to food, she said a comment about how they only had cabbage and, they didn't
Yeah,
have like a lot of food. Basically, that's what I got from it.
and
She
a
was
lot.
like, mom wouldn't buy food or something. And I was
Yeah,
like, oh, wow, that's really sad. But I'm
and
proud of Mary for being open and sharing another part of her life.
he's
So
being
I feel like
open.
maybe because she didn't have the best relationship with her mom, she tried to be like a super mom and be a perfect mom and,
Yeah.
be incredibly there for him and everything as she should be. But yeah, I was surprised. I didn't know that about her relationship with her mom.
No, for sure. Like you said, that helps us like kind of understand her a little better. Like maybe because they didn't have much, that explains why she has all of these. Like I don't know if you've seen her closet. Like her room is like full of like she's kind of a hoarder. Like maybe that explains it why. Maybe that explains why she is being a little bit of an enabler to her son. Maybe because she wants him to have that motherly love, she wants to be there for him, but like maybe she needs to realize that okay, that's amazing, but there's a difference between love and enabling. But again, we don't
I think
know.
she just doesn't want to make him feel like she's not there. Like,
Yeah.
she probably felt like she didn't have support from her mom, probably. And so she wanted to make sure she always makes sure he feels supported. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Absolutely. and she really loves him. She really does love her son because
Yeah.
I think that's probably
Is
the
it her only child?
yeah, and I think that's probably the only person she truly loves. I don't think she loves that man that she was forced to marry.
Child.
And oh,
Well, people say I don't have any kids. You don't have any kids, but people say it's a different bond with your kids. It's like unconditional love.
some people were being shady. You remember that when Mary said that her son never wanted to go to grandparents' day? Remember she said that?
When this episode?
Yeah, she said that when at school when it was grandparents' day, her son never wanted to go to school.
Oh,
Some people are questioning maybe that's because his dad is technically his step great grandparent.
messy.
That is messy, but that I just want to put it out there. Okay, and one of the things that they also talked about was Bronwyn brings up to Mary that she thinks that Heather is being very messy because Bronwyn, is aware that Heather went to go carry the bone to Lisa about what Angie said. And Mary agreed with her about Heather, that Heather is two faced. I told you this last time. I'm looking at Heather differently now. Are you?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I'm trying to figure out if she's always been this messy, like I said last week, or we're just figuring it out. But I'm glad Mary called it out because it's like she'll. This is the thing. If somebody's talking ish about me, I want you to come and tell me as my friend. But I want you to tell me what actually was said, not twist it up, make it extra, make it more than what it is. Because, like you said, Angie never said, "Oh, Lisa's a bad mom," all this extra stuff. It's like she puts 20 on 10.
Right.
And it's just too much. Like, I want to know about your own storyline, Heather. Like, you're only here to carry the bone, I guess.
Yeah, and Heather knew that that comment was going to they wasn't gonna land well with Lisa. But then we get to this party. I love Angie's house. That's a nice house. Um,
Beautiful.
it was beautiful, and she was celebrating 25 years of marriage. That's great. Her dad was there, and he gave a little nice speech. I thought that was really nice. And oh, all hell breaks loose at this party. So the first thing, Brittany, she brought a new date. And when she brought the new date, Shan, to be honest with you, I was like, okay, I'm glad that she's kind of getting maybe over that guy. She's meeting new people. Then here comes Heather saying that she kissed him.
Heather just lived to be messy this season.
Yeah,
And she's like, "Oh, we all know each other." Something like that. I was
yeah,
like, okay, I guess Utah is small.
I guess. But just as everything is going well and Brittany's there with her date. Oh, which it wasn't it funny when Mary said to him, "Hi, Jared." She didn't know that wasn't him.
I was rolling on the floor.
He was like, "Hi, Jared." But listen, that's all Brittany talks about, so you can't blame Mary. But then, you guys, as everything's going well, guess who's coming in the door? Jared. How is he there? Because Whitney's husband invited him. My first thought was, who the hell does Whitney's husband think he is to be inviting straight people to a party that he himself was invited to?
And at someone else's house. This is not a restaurant. This is my home.
That was so weird.
I
And
know.
then,
And how did they even know each other? And it's just so like awkward. And he's standing there smiling like goofy.
mm-hmm. And then I, Chen, I guess this guy must be a big deal or something because did you see the way Angie was treating him? Like she was telling him, "Oh, here's some food, like welcome." I was like, "Damn, is he really that important?" I don't know.
Yeah. Apparently he's his name. He has a big name or something.
One thing that I forgot to mention was that Meredith was invited to this party. Angie's husband didn't want that. And here's the thing. I don't think you can blame him. Like at the end of the day, Meredith did bring up those rumors last year about him being in the closet and all this. So, do you think her husband had a right to not want her there?
Yes.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
understand when he was like, yeah, she's not welcome in her home. Because, like, if you talk about my family, then it's like you have no purpose here.
Yeah.
And she was showing a little bit of shade when she did, like, the mob theme, right?
Yeah.
I was like, see, I like how she takes it. Like, I like how she makes it a moment. Like, okay, you shaded me, but let me show you what I can do with this shade type of
And
thing.
Shan,
Let me make it a scene, you
Shan,
know?
I don't know if you paid close attention, but when Angie was giving her speech, she even said she even threw, even though there's been a lot of rumors and nastiness, we still are here or something to that effect. So she even
Yes.
threw
And
that
the
in there.
camera went to Meredith.
Yeah, Meredith was there all like still face, like, come on, Meredith. But here's the thing, you guys. Meredith is being messy this season too because as soon as she gets to that party and awkwardly greets Angie's husband, first thing she does is goes up to Whitney and says, "I think you should bring it up to Lisa." Did you catch how she was being messy?
Oh man, I think she was trying to make sure Lisa know as soon as possible
I guess. I
because
guess.
she was trying to be a good friend to Lisa. That's how I see it. Meredith don't give me messy vibes,
Oh, I don't know because
but I can see how you think that.
yeah, but just so we can finish on the Brittany thing real quick, Jared comes on in. Poor Brittany is now in tears. I thought it was interesting that Heather was in there comforting her, and that's supposed to be her friend. The other ones there that were kind of, comforting her were Lisa and Bronwyn. Anyway, Brittany goes to talk to him outside, and he's like, "Oh, I'm here because I love you." Shan, in a way, even though she's desperate and like she needs to like get with the program, I kind of feel bad for her because this guy's playing with her. Because how are you going to be allegedly, like, not allegedly, this is proven. You were talking to Angie's friend on Instagram, trying to, like, go out with her. You're still talking to other people, but you're here telling this woman, "Oh, I still love you. That's why I showed up." I kind of feel bad for her. She's getting played by him.
Mm. Yeah, her tears seem genuine. But can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm tired of Brittany, honestly. Because this is the thing. I don't know nothing about Brittany except this guy. Jared. I was rooting for Brittany when she first came on the show. Like, I only known her for like 4 episodes or whatever. But I was rooting for her because she seemed like the underdog. Like, she was new. That weird interaction with Mary and Bronwyn for her. I was rooting for her because I was like, she's new. She's like nervous. She don't know the right things to say. But I feel like I don't know her at all. All I
Right.
know is this man who's not even a housewife on the show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought the scene, it didn't give what it was supposed to give. Like, I didn't see it as like a kind gesture. Like, she said in the confessional, like, oh, I want somebody to come and, like, rescue me or whatever. Something like that. Like, damsel in distress type of thing, right? And so it didn't give me, oh yeah, I'm here to save you because you're the love of my life. It gave me like, oh, let me pop up on you so you know I'm still here. Let
Mm-hmm.
me ruin your date type of thing.
Right.
I
I
don't know.
agree.
It didn't seem sincere when he showed up.
So Bronwyn goes up to Angie and says, "Listen, Angie, I feel like you should know something. Recently, Heather went and told Lisa something that you said, and it kind of feels like Heather is trying to get in between you and Lisa." So, Shan, was Bronwyn being messy or was she being a good friend telling Angie? Because I actually think she was being a good friend to Angie, like letting her know, "Hey, I don't like what Heather's doing," and like she want to
It
go
was
tell.
being messy.
Oh, you think so?
Yes, because I like Bronwyn, but then I stopped liking her. Because
Oh,
when she got called out at the table at Heather and like by Lisa, she immediately threw her friend Lisa under the bus. Remember?
right.
And since that day, I've been looking at her differently because I'm like, okay, because you're getting heat, you're gonna throw my name in it so I could get hit heat too, and I'm supposed to be your friend. So to me, Bronwyn is messy. And remember how she likes to say in the confessionals, like, oh, if everybody is getting like, their stuff air out type of thing, or if everybody could comment, we all getting our comments exposed. Something like that. I can't remember exactly what she said. But remember she was saying like, oh, if y'all are getting on me, then everybody says stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's out for vengeance to be like, okay, y'all all say stuff about each other. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like she only told Angie that, in my opinion, because it was like, okay, previous episodes, y'all made me feel like I was talking ish, but look, this person talking ish, this person talking ish, this person talking ish. I feel like it was to be messy, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could see that. But what happens after that is that Angie then goes to Heather to tell her, like, what the hell? Like, what are you doing? And Heather and Angie says, I feel like you're picking sides. And Heather says, no, I love you and I care for you. I thought that was fake as hell.
Yeah.
That was so fake. And uh, Heather's explanation was, I'm kind of noticing that your loyalty is no longer with Lisa. What do you think?
I
Do
think
you?
it's so strange because I feel like people expect this undying loyalty to Lisa. And I don't know
Yes.
why. Like, you, friends can fall out, they can have disagreements. It's normal. And I don't know why Heather feel like she's Lisa's protector. Like, oh, you're not being loyal to Lisa, so let me try to check you. Girl, get a grip.
It's so interesting how after Jen Shaw left, Heather now wants to be like Lisa's best friend.
Yeah, but I feel like Whitney and Heather, they always want to be friends with Lisa, I feel like. I feel
Yeah.
like they look at Lisa as like the popular girl in school, and it's like, I want to sit at the
Hmm.
popular girl's table. That's what it always gave from them, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. But that was pretty much it. There really wasn't anything. Heather kind of just involves Bronwyn and then she kind of like storms out. She doesn't really have much to say. Then,
Yeah.
this was also really interesting at the party. Mary and Heather go at it. And Shan, Mary was activated. She was activated.
Yes, Mary is like definitely the star of the show.
I love that she wasn't afraid. She was like, don't you dare.
Yeah, Heather was getting loud and trying to cuss and everything.
Yes, she did start
Ma-
cussing.
Mary shut it down.
Yeah, she was like, oh, when have I? Because Mary is saying that Heather lies a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but she has a point. Okay, hold on. Listen to this, you guys. Hold on. That's extremely hurtful. Okay, well, I'm not saying that. Then stop doing it. Extremely hurtful. Lola, she said, stop doing it. Okay, well, I'm not saying that. Then stop doing it. Extremely hurtful. Hold on.
That part. Stop doing it.
Everywhere you drop and everywhere you stop, it's a lie. That's extremely hurtful. Okay, well, I'm not saying that. Then stop doing it. Extremely hurtful. Stop doing it. You tell me when I've lied. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. So if I tell you the truth, facts of you on you, you say it's a lie. We're not big on the truth right now, okay? Don't push me. I have been a good friend. Don't push me. You're a liar. You're a liar. You guys, maybe we'll take it to God. Ask God. God knows. Yeah, he does know. And he knows all about you. What in the
He knows all about you.
whatever I say behind your back, I say it to your face. That's not honorable. To say horrible things to my face, can I do that? I do. I don't do that. And that's fine. Name a time that I've been bad to you. Name a time
He
you've
said,
been
name
good to
a
me.
time I bet you've been good.
Mary.
That was I gotta give it up to Mary. That was good when she was like, God knows. I gotta give it up. But you know what would have I mean, obviously I don't think she knew that she was gonna fight Heather, but what would have been even more powerful was if Mary would have had like specific examples
Boom,
of
boom, boom. Right.
like, yeah, that would have been
But
good.
I love when she said, what have you done good to me? Like something like that. I was like,
Right. And Heather was
yes.
like, didn't know what to say.
Silence. Right.
So we both agree we are on team Mary on that.
Yes.
Okay, last but not least, the big fight of the night.
Yes. I've been waiting.
Yes. So Whitney goes up to Lisa and tells her that she found out that Lisa is the one that was behind the rumor coming out of her brand. Lisa goes nuts. She gets the phone, starts calling the cybersecurity. She says that she wants not just the LA police, the Salt Lake City police, that she's gonna have people arrested. And what did you think of Lisa's reaction?
You know, I believe her. And I feel like I'm like unpopular opinion here because I see a lot of people saying if it wasn't true, she wouldn't have reacted like that.
Hmm.
But I believe her because I feel like if somebody's playing with your name and like false accusations and stuff like that, I feel like her reaction was because she was passionate,
Hmm.
not because she was caught. You know, because a lot of people would think that. A lot of people are saying like, "Oh, it's because Whitney caught her and she's exposed, so now she's doing the most." But she seemed really genuinely like pissed off and really like, "Oh my god, like I can't believe you're saying this."
Yeah,
And
I
the way
agree.
she was, I would not be wanting beef with Lisa because the way she was calling everybody, talking about, "Oh, the Salt Lake City police, the this, the that," I was like, damn. Whitney looked shook because
Yeah,
Lisa seemed like she's gonna go like to the end of the earth
yeah.
to
No,
prove she's not the one who did it.
and here's the thing. I agree. At the end of the day, I don't think Lisa did it because I mean, Shannon,
I
we're gonna
don't
be
think
real.
so either.
Is Whitney really that important for people to be worrying about?
Yeah, that's exactly what I think. I'm like, I can't imagine Lisa sitting at home being like, how can I scheme on Whitney? Because Whitney is not that memorable or important, or like she doesn't really like,
Yeah,
like
and
nobody cares
and
really.
Lisa has a pretty big business, so she knows that when it comes to business, you don't be playing with people. Now, like I said earlier, according to the rumors, it is being said that Whitney knew all this time that it wasn't Lisa, that she was completely lying. But the reason I'm kind of going at Lisa though is because I still feel like that reaction was so over the top. Like, and
A
I
lot of
should
people feel that way.
explain,
Yeah.
but Shan, wouldn't you think that this would have been more powerful if Lisa would have been like this? Okay, I'm gonna get on the phone with my cybersecurity specialist. Please let me know what you have found out, and we're gonna get to the bottom of this. And if we actually need to go and call either the police, we're gonna go and figure it out because it wasn't me. That I
I
think that would
can
have
see
been
that.
better. And Whitney would have probably been. I think she was scared anyway, but she probably would have been even more
She was
scared.
scared. Yeah. I feel like Lisa reacted like that because this is how I think of it. I feel like this season so far, we've seen a lot of them like go at Lisa. Like
Yeah.
it's been like Lisa's this, Lisa's this. She brought her new friend in Broadway, and then she's like Lisa's this. Angie's like Lisa's this. You know what I mean? So I feel like that was her breaking point. Like, okay, y'all keep coming for me. This is the last straw. And you know how Lisa is like my character. Like, so
Yeah.
I feel like that's what it was like the straw that broke the camel back. It's like I'm trying to have fun at this party and you're coming at me saying I'm saying this about your business and I'm doing that. I feel
Mhm.
like she was genuine. And I don't know. Who do you
Okay,
believe? Dun, 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 dun.
but here's the part where we're gonna have to talk. After this crazy argument, Lisa then goes up to her husband, to Whitney. Whitney's husband and Lisa's husband were together.
Yeah.
Lisa goes up to him and says, "Justin, how do you do it? Your wife's a liar. She's a total liar."
He shouldn't have done that. First mistake.
Yes, and then
Let's
Justin
not talk
says,
about the husbands.
"Let's talk about the husband." Justin then says, "She's not a liar, Lisa. Don't call my wife a liar." And then that's where Lisa's basic ass husband goes like, "Oh no, no, talk to my wife." And then they start to go at it because then John puts his hand on Justin and they have to go separate them, and that's where the episode ended. Now, Shan, the thing,
Which one's John and which one's Justin?
John is Lisa's husband and Justin is Whitney's husband.
Okay. Thank
Well,
you for clarifying, friend.
yeah, because we're gonna have to talk about this. I am on Justin's side because okay, we let's ignore whether Whitney is lying or not. You can't go up to someone's husband and start trashing their wife to them.
Right.
And okay, maybe he shouldn't have said the bad word, the F word. But I'm sorry, if someone comes and says to me, "Your wife's a liar," I'm gonna say to them, "My wife's not a liar. Don't call her a liar." I don't think it was right for John to then get mad at Justin. Go control your wife. And people got mad at me for saying that the other day. They were like, "What do you mean control his wife?" Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Husbands
know
can
why.
control their wives. Not control him, like control, like literally, like
Go talk to your wife, calm her
right in that
down, pull her to the
situation.
side.
Yeah,
Right. I get what you're saying, friend.
thank you, because these people get technical with everything, and
I know. Listen, all Manny was saying is if your wife is upset, go console your wife,
yeah,
basically. So this is the thing. I don't think Lisa should have went up to that man because the conversation was between her and Whitney. The husbands were not involved. So for you to
mhm,
walk over there to get into to to go to him, walk over there, all the way over there, get in, say like, "Hey, your wife's a liar." Like you said, like nobody's gonna respect somebody's coming up talking shit about their wife.
right, yeah,
Everybody's gonna have a comment. I don't think he should have used profanity,
right, yeah,
but I don't. I feel like she was in the wrong because she went over there. He wasn't in the conversation. It was a conversation between her and Whitney, so she should have left it between her and Whitney.
right. Because I saw a lot of people try to compare this with like the Peter. Remember when Nene said to Peter, "You gotta stop trying to be a damn bitch." Some people were trying to compare it to that, but I think that's incorrect because when Whitney and Lisa were arguing, had Justin walked up to them and gotten into Lisa's, that would have been him getting involved. But when like you said, Shan, the first mistake, the moment Lisa addresses Justin, she has now created a B conversation with him.
Right.
Yeah.
True. That part.
So we agree, Lisa, don't be going up to people's husbands again because mm-mm, leave it
That
with the
part.
girls.
Moral of the story.
More of the story. And that was the end. That was a good episode, wasn't it?
Salt Lake City is on fire.
Yes.
Okay.
It's so good. It's so good. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much all I have for Salt Lake City. Angie, keep throwing the parties. Love them.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what's next.
Period.
Is that all you want to say, Shan?
Yes, it was a good episode. Great recap.
Thank you. All right, now we're going to talk about our favorite show.
Yes, OC has become the favorite. Okay.
They have set the bar so high for Housewives. Like, no joke.
I know. And when
Okay,
my friend Manny texted me and say, "Hey, you're gonna be shook this episode," yes, I was indeed shook. Okay, I was shook it.
no, absolutely. Yeah, it was so much. So we're going to be talking about the new episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County. That's season 18, episode 16. The cast is still in London, beautiful city. Um, and we start the episode with Jenn finding her voice. Beautiful moment. The audience loved it. And, setting Tamra straight. Tamra didn't really have much to say because Jenn shut her ass up. Like she was dragging her. What really got on my nerves, Shan, though, is when Heather. I'm gonna drag Heather.
Yes.
But the first mistake she did was when Heather says to Jenn, "Can you calm down? Like, talk to her. Like, let's talk." And I'm like, Heather, when someone says something about you, you don't want to even see them. Like, so why are you setting up double standards? Like, you wouldn't even do that yourself,
And
right?
Jen said it in the confessional. She was like, "Heather, when somebody said you was staging paparazzi, like you lost your mind, pretty much."
Yeah,
This girl's doing a whole investigation on my man, and I'm supposed to calm down. Girl, bye. I don't know why Heather was doing that. She was really defending Tamra, and I was like, okay, this new friendship is weird, strange.
yeah. And then Tamara wanted to kind of put this all on Shannon.
Yes.
Uh-uh. So yeah, that was pretty much a continuation. Shan, did you see the chat?
The chat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So,
yeah,
yes, yeah. I don't know why Heather. So Tamra and Heather, their friendship is like new to me. Like I keep telling y'all, I didn't watch all of OC, but the way how Heather was like making it seem like Jen did something wrong. No, Jen gave me everything I needed to be given this episode. because Tamra was in the wrong. Jenn is here minding her business, and here comes Tamra trying to investigate her man, do all this stuff. Like, Jenn definitely shut it down, and I was living for that. I was living for that. But Heather, I don't know. Heather's being a little bit messy this season.
Yes, she really is. So we, we were really proud of Jen. Really
Yes, let
beautiful
me tell
moment.
you, Jen needs to sit next to Andy. And I don't really care about who sits next to Andy, and I don't get into the things of that. But these last few episodes, Jen, and I love how she is, because she's like a quiet storm. Like, she's not doing the most with the camera, like she's being her authentic self. She's really nice. She's being, genuine. And she's
Yeah.
genuinely upset. So Tamara, shut up.
And
Quiet.
she's had it. She's had it with,
Yes.
because last season when they went at it, I think that they went at it when Tamara did her whole apology. I think Jen was like, okay, I'm going to give her a second chance. I think that at this point, Jen is done. She's not going to be giving her no more chances. Like, fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And it's been
Yeah.
twice now. So Jen is not having it. But that was really nice to see. We see Shannon reunite with her daughters. I thought that was really nice because her daughters, I think, are studying there, like in Europe. I didn't know they were twins. I didn't know they were twins though. They're twins.
Yeah, I had no idea.
But it was nice to see them kind of have lunch with their mom and like joke about how all three of them are single, so they should find a British guy. So that was really nice. I'm glad Shannon at least had one nice moment in this trip.
I know. I feel so bad for her. I would be like, all of y'all better give me my refund and give me my scarf back. Okay.
Right.
Yes, I will take a gift back. I don't care. Y'all could call it
Yeah,
what you want.
this was her trip, and
Right. Her birthday, her 60th birthday. She take y'all to London, and this is what happens. The only
right,
person who deserves to keep their scars, the Burberry scars, is Gina
and Emily.
and Emily.
Yeah.
That part.
Okay, so then Shannon is having lunch with her daughters. Beautiful moment. It was really nice. Let's get to this lunch. Okay, so Tamra, Heather, and Gina have lunch. And Tamara is telling Gina about what just happened this morning with Katie. I really like Gina's response, Shan. And Shan, I want to say this to you. I never really liked Gina, but this season really changed my mind about her. I like Gina.
Me too. She's being compassionate. She's being authentic. She's being honest. She's being the voice of reason a lot of times in these
Yeah.
episodes.
Also, did you catch when she said, "We're not very mindful, we're not very demure"? Did you catch that in her confessional?
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. So anyway, they're having lunch, Tamara, Heather, and Gina, and like I said, Tamara's telling Gina what just happened with Katie, and I love Gina's response because Gina said she wasn't scared of Tamara. She said, "I saw the messages, and I'm going to be honest. If you dug things into her, who was your friend, how am I supposed to, you know, not think that maybe you'll dig things into me?" And that's true. That's absolutely true. Like, who does that to your friend? And that's the point that Tamara is missing because she's trying to blame this background check on Shannon. She's like, well, it was not just me, it was me and Shannon. But this is the thing she doesn't understand. Shannon wasn't Jen's friend. Tamara was. Does that make sense?
Drops mic. Drops mic. That is a
That's
word
what she's
right there.
understanding. But
Mhm.
this gets worse. When they're at the lunch, Tamara reveals to them that when she and her daughter went to go have a little date with Katie and her daughter Kylie when they were making candles, Kylie said to Heather, "Oh, the other day I went to go babysit Emily's kids, and they told me that they didn't like Heather, their mom's friend." And now Tamara is telling this to Heather, and Heather is like crying about it and like they're talking about me to their daughters. Did you catch how she said daughters? I was like, oh my gosh. But okay, what I really want to know your opinion about this.
This was the most ghetto ass ish I've ever seen in my life. This is the thing. Emily kids, they're like 7 and 8, right? I think
Mm-hmm.
somebody said that on the episode. I can't imagine them just being like, "Oh yeah, I don't like Heather. She's mean to my mom." Do you know? Like they're 7 and 8 years old, and I can't see Emily like being like, "Yeah, this is my friend Heather. She's this. She's that. This is my friend Shannon. She's this. She's that. This is my friend Gina. She's like." I feel like that was so awkward.
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that? I don't
Okay.
believe that a 7 and
Well,
8 year old is like, "Oh yeah."
and prior to this lunch, Tamara actually went up to Emily and said this to her, and Emily said, "No, no, 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 my kids never said that. It was actually Kylie who said to them that it was that she didn't like it." So I'm Shan. I felt really uncomfortable with the whole thing because it just involved children. Like I think
Yes.
technically Katie's daughter is not even like I think she's still like considered a minor. So I just felt really weird about it. Now here's the thing I will say. Let's say that Katie's daughter Kylie babysat Emily's kids, and maybe they said it. Maybe because how many times did Emily bring up the situation with the jeans? A lot. So maybe she was at home and
That's a
she
good.
was telling her husband, "Oh my God, Heather's being so mean." And kids listen to everything. Like you might not think so, but they do. And maybe they said to Katie, "Yeah, we don't like Heather," and maybe Kylie said, "I don't like her either." I think the mistake Kylie made was telling Tamra because at the end of the day, those are Emily's kids. If you babysat them and they said that to you, that's kind of something that you tell your mom when you get home. You would be like, "Oh my God, mom, I can't believe Emily's kid said this to me." But I think she made a mistake by repeating it on camera to Tamra.
Right.
But how
And
evil
we
is
know she
Tamra?
loves drama.
But Shan, how evil is Tamra to bring up an innocent comment that Kylie made and now bring it all up to the group to make it a problem?
Again, not surprised. Tamra does not surprise me at all.
That is so disgusting.
And
And
yeah, like you said, I agree. An innocent comment. Like I don't feel like she said it out of like I don't know who said it, didn't say it, whatever. That was just so random to me. But I feel
mhm.
like they were just having a discussion. I don't feel like it was like intended to be like
No,
this
and you
whole
know
big
what?
thing.
You know what? Shay? If you remember, because that was episodes ago, when Katie and Tamara took their daughters to go make candles, they were talking about a lot of personal things about how divorce has affected their daughters. So it was like, you know,
Right.
they were like in a, I
They
guess,
a safe
in a
space.
safe space. So for Tamara to do that, and then, oh my God, this is probably this evil woman Shan, last episode, wasn't Tamra at the spa with Katie and telling her all of this drama? And for her to now be like, yeah, F her, she's a CUNT.
Right.
How do you switch up on someone like that for
Not
literally a
surprised.
day?
We seen Tamra showed us who she was 28 times. So at this point, I just feel like Tamra is the most like uncouth person. Like I don't expect nothing more than like the bar cannot be any lower for Tamra, in my opinion.
I
You
agree
know what
with
I mean?
I agree with you, but this just
There's
really
nothing she won't say.
I
Like,
I wasn't expecting this. And you and I actually said last week that we didn't really like that Katie was, kind of being buddy buddy to Tamara. And I hope that she realizes that she shouldn't.
and Jen said it this episode. She said, "Who's Tamra loyal to?"
No
She
one.
said, "Not even in the show. Who? Who is she? Not even in this group. Who is she loyal to?"
No one.
Right.
Well, and like I said this in my recap, it might be harsh, but I'll say it again. Like Vicky Gumbelson said, like Kelly Dodd said, if you are that much of a monster that your own children don't want nothing to do with you because of how you act on television, that is a lost cause. She's a lost cause.
We're gonna pray for her.
I don't know. I'm afraid for the people that are around her so they can get away from her because I don't know because and that's another thing. Shan, you probably don't know this, but like a, a long time ago, Tamra had a season where her whole storyline was that she got baptized and she was now Christian. How long did that last?
Oh, I
No,
had no
no
idea
time.
about that.
Yeah, so she we're gonna get more into it towards the episode. So yeah, that was a really I didn't like that at all. The women then take an etiquette class. Would you ever take an etiquette class?
No, because I have a lot of etiquette already, sweetie.
Oh, okay, touche.
Oh man, the lady looked like she was over them. The
The
lady who
lady
was
was
like
doing the.
doing the
There's
class.
so many rules. Like, how do
Yeah,
you put the butter on the bread? How do you hold all that?
right.
Yeah, but yeah, that was interesting. After they finished the etiquette class, Tamra and Jen go at it again, and I love the way that Jen said,
Jenn is standing on business.
She said, "You better watch your mouth. Like your mouth has gotten you in trouble before."
And then Tamra at the end was like, "So we're good?" Jenn is like, "No, shut your fucking mouth."
I
I was
love that.
like, "Yes, eat her up."
I love that because Tamara actually thought that this girl was going to fall for it again. She thought I'm going
Yes,
to because she did apologize, but that was manipulative. She wanted to apologize and for Jen to be like, okay, but when she said, "Are we good?"
yes.
Mm-mm.
Jenn is the MVP. I'm telling you, because
MVP.
she's like a good person. Like she just seems like a sweet, nice person, and she seems like she doesn't bother anybody. She takes care of her kids. She lives her life. She doesn't bother anybody, but bother her, and you will see.
When
So
you
I'm
poke
glad
her
that she was
enough,
like, "No,
yeah.
we're not good."
And in this dinner as well, Tamara tries to once again put all the blame on Shannon because apparently Shannon was in on it too.
And
But
this
like,
is her birthday dinner. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, yeah, you're right. But even Jen said she was like, in the time that I've actually gotten to know her, Shannon, she's been a better friend to me than you, who are supposed to be my friend. And
Right.
then I hated the way that Tamara was like,
You're a
'cause-
drunk.
yeah, she was like, "You're a drunk. At least I didn't drive my car into." Oh, she needs to stop. But did you like the way that Gina said to her, "You need to stop bringing up the alcohol"?
Yes. You know, I really like Gina. Like you just previously said, like Gina has really grown on me as well. She
Yes.
is the voice of reason. Because yes, we know she had a DUI. She made a mistake. Like going at this woman constantly, you're a drunk. It's like how low can you go? You know? And
Right.
this is her birthday dinner and Shannon walked out. And I feel really bad for Shannon. Everybody's like, oh, why is Shannon always walking out? Like the girls. Like
Uh-huh.
Katie said it last episode, which I didn't like. She's like, why is Shannon always leaving? I mean, if she doesn't leave, she's gonna punch one of y'all in the face, and it's gonna be like
Right.
Shannon's violent. No, I'd
Listen,
rather her walk away. Walk away from the situation. Just
one
walk away.
one can only take so much.
Right.
And this is why I said it. There's a huge difference between Shannon and Karen. Shannon multiple times has said she regrets it. She's taking accountability. She's like
Yes.
all of this stuff. So when Tamara brings it up, it's not because Tamara doesn't care if Shannon could have injured someone. She cares. She wants to destroy Shannon.
Mm.
That's clear. And like that, she also always brings it up when it doesn't even make sense. Like it doesn't even.
Like throw it in her face
Yeah,
constantly. And this
it's
is like her last dinner in London. So to be like, you're a drunk, you could see that Shannon just felt
right. It's like
okay,
if
like
Shannon said,
defeated, like, oh my God. Like, I hope Shannon gives her the treatment Jen is giving her. Like, no, we're not good. Shut the F up. No,
mm-hmm,
we'll never be good. Listen, who
but she needs
said
to stop.
this? If a girl got beef with me, she got beef with me forever. Who said that? Your favorite.
Who was it?
I think Cardi B said that. Was it Cardi B?
I
Yeah.
was going to
Hip
say
hop.
Nicki Minaj.
Oh no, you didn't.
I was honestly going to say Nicki Minaj. I think it was Cardi B. Yeah, I think it was Cardi B. No, but yeah, Tamara let it out with the whole
Yeah.
DUI because like she's bringing up all the time. Like Shannon could say, "I'm going to the bathroom," and
Right.
Tamara will be like,
Are you
"Oh,
going to
the
drink?
bathroom before you hit your car." Like, okay, stop. So then when they're
Enough.
done with this dinner, they go all back to their hotel, and we see Tamara and Heather in their room. Shan, they look like two little demons talking up like have you noticed that like they are little
I
like a
don't
little evil duo?
I don't know when they became besties like this, but don't mind me. I didn't watch every single season of the show, so I
I
don't know.
don't know, but I can't stand Heather. I can't stand Tamra, and together they make a
I
horrible.
used to like Heather,
I
but
can't.
not this season.
They make a horrible team. So as they're in their hotel room, Tamra wants to bring out something else. She wants to bring out the fact that last year, when Shannon was having problems with Gina, they were trying to contact an attorney to look up if Gina threw her husband down the stairs. Which is
I was
not
like,
funny, but it's kind of
what?
yeah, that was a
I was
rumor.
like, where did that come from? Like I said, I didn't watch every single season, so I don't know the whole story of all these girls.
I think that might have been Gina's first season. Yeah, there was a rumor that she pushed her husband. It's not funny, but there was a rumor. She's denied it, but that was definitely a rumor. But Tamara wants to bring this up now so that I think that she sees that Gina has been very close to Shannon and she wants to destroy it, right? But Shan, I
Right.
also really loved the scene where Shannon, Gina, and Emily, the three of them were in Shannon's room, all in the bed, and they were just kind of like, being nice to her and stuff like that.
I know. I'm like, I'm so glad Shannon have these two on the trip.
But here's the thing, though: Gina and Emily tell Shannon that Heather Dubrow had actually already told the entire group that Shannon had showed her the bloody picture of the DUI, of the night of the DUI.
I was shook.
So now Shannon is so hurt because not only did Heather bring this up here in London, remember when she said, I felt used?
Yeah,
But now she's finding out that Heather said it to all of them in
before.
Sonoma. And when they were in Sonoma, that's when Shannon said it to Heather. So that means that
Yeah, that's
Heather didn't
true.
even wait.
Child.
This is why I don't like Heather. But anyway, let's just finish this episode real quick. So they then have their last lunch. It's a new morning. They're having their last lunch of the trip. It's like, yeah, their last lunch. Shannon and Heather go and talk outside because Shannon is heartbroken that Heather betrayed her trust. They
Right.
literally, Shannon said to her, I would prefer if nobody knows about this. And Heather said out her mouth, nobody has to know about
We
this.
don't have to bring it to the group.
We don't have
We
to bring
don't
it.
have to bring it to the group. Shout out to production for that flashback.
Yes.
Remind the people.
Remind them. And it
Shannon
didn't.
was hurt. Heather was like, well, I didn't know it was basically, she didn't know it was a secret.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know because the whole I feel used, I was used situation was another question mark confusion for me.
Yeah. And I don't know if to you, but to me, it didn't seem like it seems like every time you bring up something to Heather, she always wants to gaslight you. Like she never wants to take accountability. Like eventually she did apologize, but it took a long time.
Yeah.
I just don't like that. And then she said something about like, oh, Shannon wants to control the narrative. Well, yeah, obviously
And
she
she
wants
brought up her ex husband cheating. I'm like, okay.
right from 10 years ago. So that's the thing about I've never liked Heather from the very beginning because like I told you, she was the reason I never liked Heather was because she always seemed to be so like, oh, I'm so precious. Like I stick up my nose up and like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I never liked her. And if you look at those
Like
earlier
on a
seasons,
high horse.
yeah, exactly. Like fancy pants. And I remember when Kelly Dodd came onto the show, Kelly was energetic and she liked to, be a little crazy and how Heather would just be like, "Oh no, either it's her or it's me or I quit the show." Like I've never liked her attitude.
Is that
But
what happened?
yeah, that happened. That actually happened. But
Crazy.
I hope that this is a lesson to Shannon again, just like with Jenn, that she will no longer trust Tamra, that she doesn't trust Heather. with no secrets.
Right. But you know what made me sad? Shannon's confessional. She was like, I'm done with toxic people. Something like that. It seemed like she was saying, like, I was like, is she quitting the show? Like, she was like, I don't want toxic people in my life. Something like that.
Yeah,
It just felt like a goodbye. Like, I'm done with this drama. Did you feel like that?
I actually did. I did. And
It's like, y'all have done drag me, like, constantly kick me when I'm done. It's like, no more. But Shannon is the show. So I hope she never leaves. She is the star of the show.
absolutely. Absolutely.
And then
So
did you see how Tamra took her cake and was like, happy birthday to me? There's some, like, I gotta talk to you later tomorrow. Because,
okay, but let's just finish this scene real quick. So
yes,
while Heather and Shannon were outside, meanwhile inside of the restaurant, that's where Tamara is like, "Oh, Gina, remember how you said that you would be scared if I dug into you? Well, guess what? It's been Shannon who was trying to see if you had if you really pushed Travis down the stairs." Now, here's the thing, Shan. I think Gina was hurt by that. You could see in her face
yeah, and shocked.
and shocked. And then Shannon comes on in, and that's where Gina's like, she says, Shannon, like, I just heard that. And Shannon says, well, that was also Tamra. And then they start to go at it. I hated the way Tamra got up her seat and like lunged towards Shannon. I thought that was really like, calm down.
Right.
The funny thing, Shannon, is like, if Tamra did that BS in other franchises, that wouldn't fly.
At all.
Imagine
Somebody
her doing
hate
this in Atlanta
her.
or New Jersey.
Right. Oh, New Jersey. Oh, my God.
Could you
Did
imagine
you
if,
love
if,
New
if
Jersey?
could you imagine if Tamara did that to Danielle or to Teresa or to Dolores?
Girl. Jenn.
They would snatch her neck. They would snatch her. So
I like
Shannon,
how Gina handled it though. Gina
yeah,
said, Shannon, we have a problem, but she didn't immediately just attack Shannon.
right.
She
And
was
here's
kind of
the
like,
thing.
hmm,
And here's the
can
thing.
we stop doing this to each other? It's enough. And I agree with Gina. This is
Yeah.
going below the belt now. Like getting private investigators and doing all this, it's like a little bit too far.
And that's where Shannon says to Tamara, like, you have done too much. Like, you've now brought the FBI into it. And then Tamara's like, I apologized. And Shannon says, that's what you always do.
Right.
You go at people and then you try to apologize. And again, Tamara says, well, at least I didn't run my car into. Oh my God. Again, that's where Shannon just left. She said, F this. If I have to get an Uber, I'll get it, but I'm getting out of here.
Right. And I'm happy she walks away. A lot of people on the show, they're like, oh, why is she walking away? Like I said earlier. No, walk away. Because then you're going to do something. Because these girls will make you do something you will regret forever. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, walk away. Just walk away. Because Tamra doesn't stop. Even if she see you crying or down, it's like, I haven't seen, this is an edited show, so we don't see every single thing, but I haven't seen where she's like, okay, that's enough now. Like, this girl's crying.
Yeah,
You
no
know what I
limit.
mean? Yeah.
Talk about the birthday, about the cake.
And then, so Shannon goes out, she's out there, and then they bring in her cake, like the staff. Happy birthday, bring in the cake. This girl, Tamra, took the cake and she's like, happy birthday to me, and blew the cake out and was all happy and everything.
Mm.
Like, you a different kind of human. Like,
Yeah, like that's
a
subhuman behavior.
different kind of human. Like, you just made this girl walk out on her own birthday dinner, her last day in London, and now you taking her cake and you smiling like nothing ever happened, and you blowing her candles out. Tamara is a different type of person.
Yeah. And you want to know what's crazy? I thought that because Alexis wasn't going to come on the trip, I thought it was going to be a pretty peaceful trip, but it was the
Right.
total opposite. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Shannon should have not invited Tamara as well. She should have sent her the same text.
Yeah.
Tamara, it's Shannon. I'm going to London for my birthday, and you are not invited.
Yeah. You and Alexis can go do your own trip.
Right.
Okay, but listen to this. I think this is the confession you were talking about. Let's listen to this.
Walking out this door, that is growth. Happy birthday to me. Oh, man. I'm not going to allow toxic people to penetrate my life anymore. She's evil. Oh, thank you so much.
I don't, I
It's
don't,
about
I don't blame Shannon. I think that for Shannon, it's like, okay, I get that we're on a show and there has to be drama, there has to be
Right.
mess, but this goes beyond that. Like Tamra wants to like, I don't know what is her
It's
end
too
goal.
much.
It's too
There's a
much.
line, and the line is always being crossed.
Yeah,
And I feel like that was Shannon's like exit interview. Like it made me sad because it sounded like, okay, I'm really done. That's what it sounded like to me. And I'm like, damn. But if she needs to leave the show for her own peace and her sanity, go ahead. Pull a Candace Dillard Bassett and fly, little birdie. Spread your wings. Cause
yeah.
it's not worth it. Because this is like you said, it's a show, but it's also her real life. Like the DUI is real, the X situation is real. You
The
know,
lawsuit is real.
right?
The John lawsuit.
It's not funny, but right. So it's like, how much can you take?
No, absolutely. And Jen even said something towards the end where she was telling Tamara, like, you have a disease.
You need to get help. Yeah.
You need to get help like now.
I love Jen.
Jen, she has been such a like,
A
yeah,
breath of fresh air.
a breath of fresh air. Like, yeah, she's been amazing. But I do think that I'm I think that out of all the housewives of all of the shows, I think the worst one might be Tamara.
Hmm.
Even worse than Lisa Rinna. Because with Lisa Rinna, I don't know if you watched Beverly Hills like when she first got there, but with Lisa Rinna, like she would I feel like Lisa Rinna got more like crazy as the seasons went by. Like first it was like, okay, she's going after Kyle's sister Kim. Okay, that's kind of bad. Then she's going after Yolanda. Okay, that's kind of bad. She's going after Lisa Vanderpump. That's bad. Then when she went after, did you watch the season when she went after Denise?
No. So I watched Beverly Hills, but like late. Way
Oh well, let me tell you,
like I
that
watched it
was
when like Garcelle was on. Like that was probably like my first season.
yeah. Well, this season that I'm talking about with Denise, that was Garcelle's first season. Lisa Rinna and Denise were really, really good friends. And when Lisa Rinna literally didn't, she preferred the drama over her friendship and she exposed that Denise had a secret lesbian affair. That's when people were like,
What?
you,
Yeah, I
oh,
didn't watch that.
you've gone too far. And by the time she did the whole thing with Kathy Hilton, people were like, okay, we're done with you. Like, stop. I actually, but I feel like Lisa Rinna, she's had time to cool down. I wouldn't mind if she came back eventually. But with Tamara, no. She
But
needs
I
to.
feel like the girls probably don't see how Tamra is. Because she's only going after Shannon and Jen. Does that make sense? Like, I feel like she's being nice to Heather. She's being nice to the rest of the girls, as nice as she can be. So they
Mhm.
probably don't even realize it. They probably like, damn, girl is really mean. You know?
Yeah.
So they probably can't see.
No, I agree for sure. Yeah, there's entertainment and it's good to see some drama, but she crossed
We
the
don't
line.
want to see we want to see compassion, accountability, a little sprinkle of drama, a little bit of messiness. But we want to see humans being good humans at the end of the day, right? With a
Yeah.
little mess thrown in so we can be entertained. But we don't want to see anybody being crying and depressed and we don't
We
want
don't
to see
want to
that.
see somebody literally time and time again almost getting another person to have a panic attack.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the way Shannon has like freaked out over what the things Tamara did, even just this trip alone, God forbid she
I
gets
felt so
a
bad for
stroke or
her.
something, like it's too
I
much.
felt so bad for Shannon because you're going out the country for your 60th birthday. You're going to a beautiful place like London It was, and she said the trip has been horrible for her. I was like, damn. Like you said, I'm happy she got to see her daughters on the trip. That was a positive moment. I'm
Yeah.
glad she had Gina and Emily's support. But I really feel like in my heart that probably she's gonna leave the show. Like, cause the way she was like, I'm done with like toxic people. It was giving me like, okay, this is my last season because I don't have time for the BS type of thing.
Yeah. I.
But she
I
is the show. We love you, Shannon.
Shan, I really quickly went on Twitter and I put hashtag RHOC just to see people's reaction. And somebody said, Heather's mad because 8-year-olds are gossiping about her. And they put a laughing
Wow.
gif. No, but yeah, I think that for next season, you guys, next week is the finale.
I know. That was quick. Was it quick or is it just me?
I think that the show, I mean, it's already been 16 episodes. I just,
Really? Damn,
yeah,
time
the show has been
flies.
so good that it's gone by fast.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Cause I'm like, the season finale came quick, but now that you said it's 16 episodes, that makes sense.
Yeah, next week will be
Well, this
7.
was so fun.
But last thing I want to say, even though, okay, because we also got to be real. Could Shannon have like been with Tamra trying to get dirt on Gina? Yeah, maybe because at the time Shannon was fighting with Gina. But I feel like I hope Gina can forgive her because that
I
was then. They have a new relationship now.
Yeah, I think she will.
You, okay, last thing before we go, I just want to show you this real quick. These are their looks.
For the reunion?
Hmm. This is Gina.
Okay.
This
Not
is
the worst she's
Jenn.
ever looked. Jen, big grand dame energy.
Yes. This
Why do they
is
look so blah?
Katie.
Is that the reunion?
Yes.
I feel like for the reunion, they look very simple. Like they're going to dinner.
Okay.
Let me turn my brightness up on my phone because I can't really see. Why do they look so basic? No, I'm seriously asking. They look like they're going to
Okay.
a casual dinner.
I can't. I don't like fancy pants, but she looks good.
I feel like all reunions I've ever seen, it's like a gown. These are simple dresses.
Mm-hmm.
Is the theme like simple chic?
What the hell is she wearing?
Do you get what I'm saying? Like I feel like the
No, I do.
reunion
I
is
do.
usually
Yeah.
like a gown. What kind of? I'm sorry, I like
It's nice.
Shannon, but
This is classy.
this dress looks like after your wedding, how you change into another dress to go to the
Mm-hmm.
dance floor. They look very basic. It doesn't give me a reunion. It gives me like, okay, girls, let's meet up for dinner at 8:30 at the local restaurant. It doesn't give
Right.
me that wow reunion look. They need to hit up the girls of Dubai because you'll see a reunion
Yeah.
look.
Or you know what? I think that this might go down as one of the best reunions outfits. Look at this. This right here.
Yeah, they need to hit up Portia
I
and
love Portia's
Kenya.
dress. I love Kenya's.
Kenya looks so good.
Phaedra.
Like I would have a wedding dress. Well, not a share. That's
And then of course
what
this
I'm
was like,
saying. When it's a reunion, it's like a wow, a gown. Yes. Ooh, beautiful, stunning. I love that color.
the light baby blue.
Like teal, light blue.
Yeah. Yeah, so it wasn't the most
Thank you for showing these because this proved my point. When you see a reunion, they're like gowns.
over the top a little bit, yeah.
Oh, see, stunning. And why are they all not wearing the same color? They don't do that for OC? Because I feel
Shan,
like they usually wear the same color.
this needs to go up in the museum. If you know, you know. This was the iconic. This was the iconic Phaedra's downfall. Oh no, this needs to go in the museum. This was Phaedra's downfall and Portia with the fake ass tears, but
Portia.
mm. Anyway,
Yeah, they don't have the star factor of reunion looks. Why do you
right.
think they're so dressed down?
So basic.
This
I
is
don't know,
Orange
maybe
County, California. I was surprised when you
maybe
showed me. This was my first time seeing these pictures of their reunion outfits. So I was surprised. It looks like they're all going to a dinner.
yeah, you're right. It looks like a kind of like you're going to dinner, not the reunion. Hmm. I don't know. Oh well. But anyway, you guys, this was a great episode. This was a great show. These were good episodes. We really got into all of them,
Yes.
and that's pretty much for this week. We will see y'all next week with the new episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac, Salt Lake City, and Orange County. Let us know what your thoughts are, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. And we're going to catch y'all next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.